Hey guys, welcome to my channel Living Life with Z. I'm Zohaib Haroon. So today's episode is about nomad capitalism, or how to be a nomad capitalist. So I'm initially from Canada, and I'm a licensed chartered professional accountant, and I was really taken in by the thought of how can you be a traveler, travel the world, and still be able to work, live your life, and not have to put your life on hold. Now, as you know, that life has become very unaffordable, especially in Canada and America. Inflation is through the roof, and you know what? The world is on the brink of war. So I've been living overseas in East Asia for a prolonged period of time. Initially, I came here just, for I guess a month, 2 months, but then I just literally locked in. I started working from here, and then I talked to myself and I said, hey, you know what? This is actually doable. That, you know what, I can do this, that, you know what, I was able to take all my banking online, I was able to take all my business and my business activities online, and by me doing so, I was able to create value. I was still able to work in Canada, live in the East, you know what, make dollars and spend in the local currencies of East Asia. So I did move around a little bit between East Asia. I was first in Bangkok, then I was living in Phuket, then Kuala Lumpur, then Bali. I know, guys, there's a lot of traveling there, but now I'm back and I'm stable in Bangkok. So how do you guys go about, building this nomadic lifestyle? Because I'm going to be honest with you, I don't see things getting better in Canada or America anytime soon. I think they're just going to keep getting worse. Housing is going to become unaffordable now. Before it was just housing, but now you can't even afford proper groceries. People, you know what, they're looking to go to the food bank. Is this how a first world country is supposed to be? I say no. So you know what, there is a big group of people out there. They are looking for potential solutions of how they can basically, still maintain a high quality of life and don't have to deal with any of the bullshit of the West. So when I say that, you know what, you guys are able to move to the East and work online, and to be able to, work and live successfully while enjoying life. That's the entire vision of Living Life with Z, is to basically travel the world, enjoy a high quality of life, drive nice cars, and still have optimistic views of the future. I think that with the global shift in economics, everything is moving right back to the East. So in the 60s, 70s, and the 80s, the gold rush took everybody to the West, but I feel like now everybody's moving right back to the East. And you know what, places like Thailand, I'm talking about Dubai, we're talking either like Malaysia. And truth be told, guys, these places, I am telling you, first and foremost, they're doing a lot better than how people would be doing back in Canada and America. So let's talk about point number one. Point number one is, how do you go about? I completely get it. People have bills, people have a lot of responsibilities in the West that basically, they can't just get up and go. So you have to formulate a game plan. Number one, you have to choose a place that will allow you to stay on either a visitor visa or some type of, visa long term. So with that, you have to look at different strategies that, hey, do you want to come in here first as a tourist and then maybe apply for some type of a work permit or some type of, now a lot of these places, they have, longer duration of stays, maybe from like 6 months or 1 year or 2 years, that you're able to apply for longer term visas. Or you can basically do visa runs where literally you're living and then maybe you just go to your next closest destination, you reset the visa. I know it's not a long-term solution, but it gets you going in a place while you're still figuring your scene out. Point number two, how do you go about making money in terms of how are you going to do this? How are you going to basically, for example, if you have mortgage or if you have prior bills, you basically probably maybe rent out your house, or if you're renting, maybe you would just be moving out. So like I said, this will require some planning, and this move could take 3 months, 6 months, maybe even a year. But this is a much more longer term play. And if you're able to, use my strategy of living in 2 cities. Like for me, if I just lived in Toronto all my life, I would go nuts. So with me, I break up my time between Toronto and another spot. So that way, I'm able to travel back and forth, and I'm able to live in two cities without having to, have bills pile up one on top of another. So how are you gonna do this? Either you can basically come to these places and apply for jobs. I'm gonna be making another video where I'm gonna be talking about where you can go to apply for jobs in terms of, if you're like some type of a chef or something along like in the trades. There's a lot of opportunity now, especially living in the East, where a company can hire you and you can come live and be employed and work for someone. Or basically you can start up an online business. And once again, I'm gonna do step-by-step videos of how you can strategize and you can put things together. And I'm not gonna dive too deep into this video, but the whole entire purpose of this video is to emphasize how important it is now to be able to live in the East and not the West, because the life in the West has become very uncertain, and we don't know until for the next 2 or 3 years how things are going. So this might be a good time to maybe collect your thoughts, move to a different place. And when you see that things are more stable in the West and you're in a better place in terms of financially, in terms of your financial moves, then you can basically take a move right back into Canada or America. So this video was a brief introduction into a nomadic capitalist type lifestyle in terms of being able to live freely in the East or anywhere else that you might want to go. So guys, tune in to other parts of this series of what I'm going to do, and I'm going to go and discuss each subject in greater detail without me just having to make this one enormous video, just so you guys are able to absorb as much value as you possibly can. So stay tuned for more videos, and don't forget to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel.